Now what we're going to move into is metaparadigmatic. Metaparadigmatic. Now what this is full duplex. Okay? In half duplex, up here on the top, half duplex, you have a metaparadigmatic person talking to an ideologue. You have a real boy talking to a puppet. You have a metaparadigmatic person. Yeah, you have somebody who is awake talking to either a provisionist or a Calvinist. Down here, at the bottom, you have two awake people. Two awake people. Now, when two awake people are talking to each other, they have their loosely held truth claims, but they're inconsequential, and they are not worth mentioning. I do not need to convince this person to believe in whatever truth claims my scaffolding of reality holds. I don't need to do that. So what are we doing? I'm hoping, for this highlighted place here, I'm hoping that the person's answer can provoke genuinely new insight. I'm trying to break new ground. I'm asking genuinely curious, open-ended questions. And if we bring circling into this, I'm offering genuine, unique, visual-based proposals, and I'm answering with non-ideological thought. Okay? So you're not going to be a person who is judged by your explanatory power. And that's how people need certainty. And so if people need certainty, like they crave salt, sugar, and fat, then the restaurants that sell the most salt, sugar, and fat, palatably, easily accessible, and that's going to drive up the addiction. And so what the churches today are trying to do, what the mammon churches out there, say which ones are the mammon churches? The ones you're going to. The mammon churches out there today trying to get a monopoly on explanatory, on getting you addicted to their capacity for explanatory power. We have all the right answers, we know what all the truth claims are, and we have the best explanatory power for all those truth claims. That's the name of the game right now. They're all like McDonald's and Burger King, trying to get people have easily accessible salt, fat, and sugar. And guess what happens when you have easily accessible salt, fat, and sugar? You do not get any healthier. Okay? That's what happens. Now notice this. Notice that rule omega is here. I have this highlighted in this little oval spot. Rule omega is there on both sides. You should notice that rule omega cannot happen in half duplex or lower modalities. Okay? Cannot happen in lower modalities of interaction. So this is where rule omega comes in. Now what is the goal? Up here with indoctrination, this is what happens at seminary. You've come to our seminary. Our job is to teach you how to be a good Baptist. The goal is to get you to adhere to all the doctrinal sets, the conclusions. We're going to generate the conclusions, and then we're going to affirm them. And then we're all going to do it together, and that's what constitutes the basis of our in-group. That's what they're doing there in game A. Game B, we're doing something different, doing something very different, where my product, notice this blue man here, my product is to change from a puppet into a better me. That's the product. The product is not a set of conclusions. The product is a wiser Kevin. You understand that? So for those of you in the chat, the product is a wiser J. Romain, a wiser Nick, a wiser Stefan, a wiser Roddy. That's the product. Not a set of conclusions like this that is more correct than this. Because that is the wrong kind of thing to be doing. It's not the right task. So for both of these people, when we talk to each other, we're hoping for some unknown potential insight. We're hoping to have this revised. We're not hoping anybody comes and joins us in our propositions. We're hoping that the other person can help revise and refine everything about the way I'm seeing and thinking so that I can see more clearly. So the product is a version of me that sees more clearly than I see now. That's the product. This is the opposite of that. People who think this is necessary to be safe and to protect us from false doctrine and unorthodox heresies, those people are blind. They are blind as can be. And that's why they need something like this, because they cannot see.